Uh, hey. Oh, hang on. What's going on? Why isn't that working? Hang on. Why isn't that working? Hey. Oh, there we go. Hey, and hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the post-strike streams. Monday edition. Ow, my wrist. Monday, the 28th of July. A day that I've forgotten the significance of already. Like, I had some things I was going to be like, on this day, and then I've forgotten them all. How are we all doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome. Let's say hi to some people very quickly. Kieran, hi. Kiba, hi. Xander, hi. Small Shiny Guy, hi. And Lily, hi. Welcome. Very lovely to see you all. Very lovely to have you here. Quick reminder to click like on the video if you haven't already, although I'm sure you all have, because real winners do. Yeah. If I am at all a bit distracted or a bit aloof or anything today, it's just because I am kind of half expecting an email that I may need to like reply to right away. So if I have to multitask at all during a Dynamax adventure, or if like between a round I have to like take an extra minute or so to reply to it, just that's why. Okay, but that's the thing. I will actually have to have my phone in proximity, which I will do soon once we need the spreadsheet. But yeah, lovely to see you all here. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend. And I hope you had a fun one. And I did mute my laptop, yay, because I hate that I have to mute it every single time now. Okay. So, but yeah, another last week of July somehow already. And then on Sunday, well, I think like Saturday is going to be like the 1 year anniversary of the strike streams. I think I will do a stream on Saturday, not like a super long one or anything, but I might do the old classic 11 a.m. Saturday thing on Saturday, because it's a year since we did it. I think the first one of these I did on like a Friday evening, I want to say, like a Friday night I did it, and I had a pretty good turnout, and then I was like, maybe this could be viable, and for a long time that seemed to be the case. Less so now, unfortunately. But on Saturday we'll go back to that slot, and then on Sunday we'll do the stream, and then beyond that we'll but beyond that, we'll kind of see how things go. A shiny Seadra doo-doo for Kieran. That's very cool. Congrats. And Sky, hi. Sorry, I didn't get to say hi to Sky. How awful of me. But hello. So, chat, my lovely chat. There seems to be a few people here, so let's ask the question kind of early, shall we? Let's ask the question early. Who is around? Who is available to do a Dynamax adventure? We've got Tapu Bulu, Thunderous, and Kartana. So could you guys, cows, non-binary pals, maybe let me know what you were thinking, Abraham Lincoln? And let me know what you can do out of those three, if any. Like ready, set, bow, all that lovely stuff. Let me know. Out of Tapu Bulu, Thunderous, and or Kartana. Strike, I can do. Tapu Bulu, Thunderous, or Kartana. Okay, so Sky can do any. Cuba can do any. And then Kieran can do the Thunderous. Okay. That's the thing. Kevin's not here, and I think the only one Kevin can do is Thunderous. So, if Kevin doesn't show up in, like, the next minute or so, we will do a Thunderous without Kevin. And Small Shiny Guy, you're shiny hunting Larvitar. That's pretty cool. I like the sound of that. That's pretty nifty. I wish you all the very best with that shiny hunt. I did that on Pokemon Go, because I could not be bothered to do that else. I mean, I know someday, like, maybe I should, like, try and go for, like, one of every shiny Pokemon, but without Pokemon Go, but I don't know, man. That just doesn't really sound fun to me. It's like, if I've got something, I don't really want to go for it again. Unless, like, it was for, like... Unless it was, like, a really big, fun streaming thing where I had a massive audience or something like that, But, like, in terms of, like, personally, in terms of, like, my personal shiny hunting kind of thing, like, off camera, like, eh. Right, anyway, Buck. Okay, I think we've given imaginary Kevin enough time. Why don't we have, let me get the old spreadsheet-arino, we can have Sky, Kiba, and Kieran for a Thunderous. Oh, hang on, I do... Oh, that email just came in, hang on. Hang on a sec. Hang on, yeah, let me just reply to this, because, yeah, let me just reply to this. Hang on, I might mute my microphone as well, just in case I mouth anything like that I'm writing out loud. Be right back. We are back. Sorry about that. Yeah, very, of course, like, yeah, 5 minutes, like, too late or whatever. Anyway, Bark, how are we all doing? Oh, banging my elbow on the table. Okay, so let me get the old spreadsheet-arino. So it was Kiba, Sky, and Kieran, wasn't it? So let me just, hang on. For Thunderous, okay. So yeah, hang on, let me just add this. Kiba, and Kieran and Sky. The guy. Kiba, Kieran, and Sky Watcher. And then that's going to be for Thunderous, and then we'll figure out the rest later. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, the screen went dark. Yeah, let's do this now then, shall we? So let's go on the Y button. Let's press. Dang, we would have like started a couple of minutes ahead as well. Like we're pretty much all ready to go there. So I do apologize. Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? Let me know that I haven't muted myself. Because I have been talking and I'm not sure if anyone's actually... Well, Xander did the little cat thing, the cat out of the box. But yeah, please let me know for the love of Nelly. Lemons! Lemons! Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so, would you like to anyway embark upon a Dynamax adventure? Yes, I would. Anything goes. If you're you, but if you're me, we're going to say Thunderous. But yeah. Sorry, when I say that, that's no pressure. That's not me, like, having a go at you guys or anything, by the way. Not being like, hey, why aren't you guys chatting? Like, nothing had been happening. But I just needed to make sure. I was like, hang on, I've been talking, and the only thing I can see is, like, Xander doing the cat out of the box. And maybe that was just because, like, the screen... I changed the screen from, like, be right back to the game. But that could have just been a reaction to that rather than to... my voice. That's it. Whenever I go away for a bit, I need to like come back and ask a question. That needs to be a trick I do. Like sort of, what's everyone's favorite kind of potato chip? Go. Right. Let's get a code in. That is a genuine question. Answer in the chat. Or crisp if you're from England. Crisp or potato chip. Right. 0210. So 07280210. That's the code. Ready, set, bow. And here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. 4 Violet Thunderous, please. Yes. Yes. I almost read that as like F-O-R. Like, for Violet. Instead of 4 Violet Thunderouses. Salt and vinegar, Lily says. Sky says lemons. No, wait, that's the answer to... That's the previous thing. I'll take a potato chip and eat it, Xander says. There we go. Actually, I do have one little thing to talk about today. I think there was flavor or brand. Both. You can let me know different types of like brand and crisp, and then you can let me know, because they're sort of like different types. There are different brands, and then there are different flavors. So you've got, you know, something like Pringles, you know, it's like there's salt and vinegar Pringles, but then there's like salt and vinegar Lay's, but like Lay's and Pringles are very different things. And that's the thing, if I'm having like a salt and vinegar Pringle is good. But like, for something like a Pringle, like a plain Pringle or one of the other flavors of Pringles can be like really, really good. So, wavy Lay's, wavy gravy Lay's, Xander says. That's like, you got to hope they get the... So, why don't they have a wavy gravy flavor? Unless they do. Wavy gravy flavy is what they could call it. Queso Ruffles. Oh, those are... I've tried those before. Those are good. But Walkers, yeah. Lily, if you see people say Lay's, that means Walkers. Like, if you didn't know that, feel free to Google it. It's so weird seeing the Walkers logo, but with the word Lay's, like, in the same font. I'll tell you the other, like, funny British thing as well. It's funny when you have, like, things where it's, like, it's the same thing, but they just have, like, a different word. Like, all the branding and font is the same, but then, like, the word is different. I'll give you 2 more examples in a sec. Thunderous is an awkward fellow, electric and flying. Which means he's only weak to rock and ice, which is pretty nice, but we might have to go for things more defensively. So ground types are obviously brilliant. Abilities that make you immune to electric, such as the brilliant Lightning Rod, Manectric, and Cantonium Raichu, and shoutouts to Volt Absorb, Lantern, and Jolteon. But then also electric resistant things, the trio of Dragon, Grass, and other electric types can be good in a pinch as well. Watch out for Poison, Spread, Damage, Sludge Wave. It doesn't have any flying moves, so don't worry about those. But it does have Rain Dance and Weather Ball, and Rain Dance and Thunder. So Rain Dance and Thunder is 100% accurate. Rain Dance and Weather Ball is water type damage. But if we change the weather, such as with a Rock Max Rockfall or an Ice Max Hailstorm, then Thunderous can use different attack types as well. So we do need to be careful of that, and Ice is more dangerous than Rock in that regard. But here's a Manectric right from the get-go! So there you go. Why is ketchup a Lay's flavor? McCoy's are good. Oh, McCoy's are good crisps. If you're in the UK, if you know, you know. Sweet Mesquite BBQ is delicious. Ooh, but you also like a salt and vinegar, specifically original baked Lay's. And the difference between like the baked as well. I never really liked the baked as much, but you know, to each their own. They are valid. Garboda is a good Gigantamaxer, I guess. So, but yeah, no. Ketchup and sour cream and onion. Ooh, sour cream and onion, yeah. In the UK, like for like their Lay's, aka Walkers, you just get like cheese and onion as opposed to like sour cream and onion. But sour cream and onion is nice. Like I think Pringles, like sour cream and onion is just like really good. Okay, hang on. Theory. And then Metang, what have we got? A Jellicent, oh, wouldn't it be Jellicent? That's not great. Oh, there is a Alcremie. It's not really. Maybe we could at least aim for the Alcremie. I'm going to go left for Clefairy because it's easier for us to beat. I don't know if we want to, like, we want to get rid of, we want to get rid of the Kingler. Right, because like electric is, although Kingler does have wide guard, but here's the thing, I don't really trust wide guard when the Pokemon uses 2 moves, and I don't know how that works with, like, because we have had wide guard fail when the Pokemon uses 2 moves, so I just don't really know how good wide guard is because of the discharge. So I think the safer thing to do is to just not have a Kingler on our team. Hang on, let me just max lightning, very, very frightening. Okay. You went for Metang because main Electric had Overheat. That's true. A max Flare would have been good. The problem is and it would have helped out Marowak, actually. Wouldn't have helped out Kingler, and Garbodor would be terrible for that fight, but... I just went Clefairy. The reason I went Clefairy is because I did see Alcremie at the end, and I was like, well, maybe we might want to have the Alcremie for, like, support reasons or something. But I did not see a lick of... I don't know. Forgive me if I didn't really see Rock or Ice. Forgive me if there was, like, a Rhydon somewhere that I, like, ignored. I kind of started looking for ground types a little bit. I didn't really see anything, and then I was just kind of, like, looking for ground, and I think I kind of forgot about, like, Rock and Electric, and... Okay. Okay, I do need to reply to this email in a sec, so... what I'll do is we'll get the second turn up. If we have to figure out the next Pokemon, then... Okay, Max Flare, let's see what happens here. Okay. Okay, I think we should be okay here. I think we should be okay here for the rest of the battle. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. I will obviously leave the gameplay on, don't worry, but I'll be back in a sec. I just need to reply to, like, the reply to my reply. So, be right back. If we have to, like, choose a Pokemon, I'll come back. You want to catch everything, you don't have to keep them, but always catch them, catch them. Be right back in a sec. I don't know if we really want it. Like, Kingler is good, but I don't know if we really... Here's the thing. There was a Jellicent next, so Clefairy could be good against Jellicent, but Kingler wouldn't be. But I don't know what the alternative was to the Jellicent. So, it kind of depends. If we keep the Kingler, we may not want to pick the Jellicent. If we switch for Clefairy, we could do the Jellicent, but the Jellicent's not that great for everyone, so maybe we just ignore the Jellicent. Maybe we just do whatever's instead of the Jellicent. I don't know what's instead of the Jellicent, is the only thing. Oh, okay, Sky has gone for it. Hang on, let's see. I will need to get back. Okay, oh, Musharna. Oh, okay. Actually, we could still go for the Musharna, honestly. Because we get a backpacker and berries. And it's, like, less bulky. So I'm going to pick the Musharna. I forgot what it was. But, Musharna would be easier than Jellicent. Right, I'll be back in a sec. I think this should be quite straightforward. Like, a Max Flare, Shadow Bone, you know, Sludge Bomb, all that stuff. I think this should be fine. Okay, Blunder. More like a wonder. I'm going to go Lumberry just because I think Musharna can do some kind of status condition. I can't remember. Be right back. I do apologize for the delays and me having to be busy, but I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so now that okay, sorry. So basically, barring something that I'm not anticipating, I shouldn't be busy anymore now. Okay, so barring any weird issues, barring anything that I'm not anticipating, I should be present and with you guys for the rest of the stream now. So hopefully you can hear me. I should ask a question, shouldn't I? The oranges or lemons? What do you prefer? Go. That's my. I just came back from the mic being muted question. So I hopefully in the next 10 seconds should expect to see a bunch of people either saying oranges or lemons, or ooh, that's tough, like juice oranges, cake lemon. But yeah, rising voltage. Oh, hang on, rising voltage, molecular rising voltage. I will use this instead of overheat right here, right now. But Xander says orange. Kieran says lemon. Small Shiny Guy says lemon. Lily says oranges. Kevin says lemon. Sky says oranges. Oh, this is a fierce contest here. What would have happened if I'd have thrown limes into the mixture? Okay, guys. What is like some kind of... let me think. What is like some kind of like... what you would call like common food that you've never eaten? Like, what's something that like a lot of people have eaten? Say like maybe more people, like if you say something like a durian, that's maybe like a bit more obscure. But like what's something, what are like some of the most eaten, widely eaten things that you have like never yourself eaten? Hang on. The sun's up, right? Yeah. Okay, I will now go for an overheat. I just wanted to wait until that third turn. This is fine. It's not a problem. We should get the KO here. Hopefully. In theory. In game theory. Oh, Karen says shrimp. Lumity, you've never eaten a burger. You've never eaten a burger? No, wait, sorry. No, Karen didn't say shrimp. Sorry, Small Shiny Guy said shrimp. Karen. Wait, Karen's never eaten a burger? What? How can... what? What? Hang on, wait. I'm so confused. Sky, mushrooms. Kevin, cake. Not interested. Wait, you've never had cake? You've never eaten cake? How have people not eaten burgers or cake? Or have people like misunderstood the assignment here? Because how do you know you don't like something if you haven't tried it? Although then again, the food that I haven't tried, I've actually never eaten. Or like the food I've never eaten, I know I would hate because of adjacent things that I don't like. You have eaten mushrooms at some point without realizing. Well, that's kind of okay though, Sky. Like if you've never like sort of consciously eaten something, but that's interesting though. Okay, so we got Mushana, and then honestly, I actually think the team we've got is like pretty good here. Oh, Hisoki edits. Hi, welcome. Maybe this conversation was a bad idea. We're breaking Bo's brain. Only a little bit. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually don't like the argument of if you've never eaten it, how can you know you don't like it? Oh yeah, and then the Al Creamy. This is okay. This is interesting because, this is an interesting one because do we like switch the Marowak for Al Creamy here? Like, say if we have Clefairy playing a support role, right? Using Mystical Fire to nerf the Thunderous, right? So let's say we keep Clefairy, and Clefairy just uses Mystical Fire over and over to nerf the Thunderous. And then we have Alcremie using Decorate on the Garbodor, right? And then Garbodor uses, like, Max Malador. What if, like, that is our strategy? Oh, does anyone know how to get a Bagon, Hisoki says. Now, what game are you talking about, Hisoki? If you're talking about Scarlet and Violet, Bagon is like a version exclusive. It's like in Violet, but not Scarlet. If it's in these games... is it version exclusive in these games? I feel like it might be. It's in the DLC. If it's in Pokemon Go, Bagon has been everywhere recently. but I don't know if that event is around anymore. That event literally may have ended, like, this morning. Sword. It's in the Bagon is in the DLC. I'm pretty sure it's in the DLC, because I can remember, like, the cavern. It's in the second part of the DLC. Let me just check Cerebi. Oh, Decorate! Oh my gosh, we're helping Marowak. You get ground down by a Marowak. Oh, and the Steel Spike's gonna do so much damage here. Damage. Oh my god, that was something. Yeah, Bagon, which my mate Lewis calls Bacon. Bagon, Cerebi, Gen 8... transfer from hang on. Tunnel to the top. Yeah, the tunnel to the top, which I think is in the second part of the DLC. There's like a cave you can kind of go through, and it's the one that takes you up to where you catch the legendary Pokemon, like the horse, Spectria, Glaistria, and why have I forgotten the little fella's name? Calyrex. It's where you catch like Calyrex and yeah, it's where you catch Calyrex, and where you battle the horse. Right. Anyway, you want to catch him. You don't have to keep him, but always catch him. Ash, catch him. But you do. Here's the thing. You don't actually like need the DLC. If you have a different game with a Bagon in it, you can just transfer it into the game. So if you have like friends who have it, or different games where you can like transfer it into Sword, that's okay. You don't actually like need to purchase the DLC to have a Bagon. But if you're talking about where could I natively catch a Bagon without having to like connect online to a friend, so I don't know why I say yeah, Marowak. So I do think Marowak for Alcremie could be good here, just for like the boosting and the support role. Yeah, okay. So you don't need the DLC to have a Bagon in Sword, but if you want to, and it is exclusive to the Sword DLC, not Shield DLC. So yeah, it's if you have the Sword DLC, that's the game where you can catch it. Otherwise, you will need to transfer it but other than that, you will need to transfer it from some other game. Someone who has the DLC, or someone who, or get Pokemon Go and transfer one in, or have a friend give you one, or you can do the Wonder Trade and hope you get one, like that kind of thing. Decorate Garboda, and then if Garboda Gigantamaxes and poisons this thing with like the Gunk Shot Max Malador, that would be really awesome, and then that would be really good. So, yeah, Garboda. So, Kiba, you have the power. But yeah. Hi, Thunderous. Please be shiny today. Yes, for the love of Nelly. Let it be so. Mr. Not So Nice. I hope you are nice. What legendary right now? We are currently hunting and battling a Thunderous. We are after a slightly purple Thunderous. But then after this, we're going to do either Kartana or Tapu Bulu, perhaps. I'm not sure. Oh, Weather Ball. You came in like a weather ball. Right, Rising Voltage. Nice. Yeah, we have this is one of our, like, sort of weakest teams, dare I say, for, like, a Thunderous. Nothing against, like, the Pokemon we have, but it's just normally we have, like, all kinds of rock, ice, ground, but we just didn't really see any of that, did we? Now, Alcremie could, like, attack after this if you want. I'm not sure. It depends if we, like, reset stats or not. But maybe you might just want to, like, do an attack here now. Because Garboda is faster than you. So I'm going to Rising Voltage. Right. Oh, Max Lightning. Very, very frightening. Me. Oh, me. Oh, me. Oh, me. For me, literally, because I'm absorbing him. But yeah, so Shirito. There's the Malador. Here's the thing. We're using the Dazzling Gleam and stuff like that here. Discharge. Okay, I'm getting another boost. I don't think not using a decorate on the Garbodor will really matter, like, that much, though, because it might, like, nullify our stats in a second anyway, which, you know, would immediately, like, nullify it. I think if we just attack it now, we'll get the win. If Alcremie were faster, which it's sadly not very fast, but if Alcremie were faster, wow, those mystical fires doing their work. Well done, Clefairy! Okay, here's the Malador. But yeah, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, if we had just used that second decorate, we would have won early. Do you know what I mean? It didn't make a difference. So well done, Team 1. That was very fun. That was very good. Thunder, I'm hitting you with at least one electric attack. Agreed. So yeah. Well done, everyone. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. I like it. So, chat. My lovely chat. I was going to say, we have found our Creamy to be pretty consistently slow, haven't we? I mean, I guess if it was fast, it would just be kind of busted, but... Right, Theory is a no, but I have never gotten a shiny Mushana, or a shiny Muna. Will today be the day? No. That sucks. I'd be surprised if this Thundurus is shiny, considering all the gunk you threw at it. Kevin, that's very good. I like it. You're on a roll today. Alcremie is also not shiny. But will we get... Drum roll, please, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Will we get... the slightly purple Thundurus? No! Dang. We are... You know, I think tomorrow might be like... No, well, tomorrow... No, tomorrow... I think tomorrow is like 2 weeks... Today or tomorrow is like 2 weeks since we got the Buzzwole. I'll need to check my data. But yeah, let's have a quick look. So no sparkles, no sparkles, no sparkles. Clefairy. Let's just check. Oh, there it is! Gentle Clefairy. Oh, there it is! The Lax Mushana. Oh, there it is! A modest Alcremie. And I'm just going to check. An Impish Thundurus, that's not very good. Well, no wonder why it wasn't doing very much damage. It nerfed itself. It had a better attack than special attack. Yes, Thundurus goes both ways. Meaning, for those of you in the room snickering, that the Thundurus does work quite well as a physical attacker. In fact, in competitive Gen 8 battling... in competitive Gen 8, one of Thundurus's abilities can be the Defiant ability, where when you have a stat go down, your attack stat goes up twice. So this is actually a very good ability to have in an environment where a lot of people like to use Intimidate Pokemon. Send out your Incineroar, wub, 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 wub. Your attack goes down 2 stages, blah, 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 blah. Your attack goes up 2 stages for an overall gain of 1 gain. So Thundurus with Defiant actually was pretty good, and then you could Dynamax and get a physical Max Lightning, very, very frightening, and physical Max Airstream, more like a Max Hairstream, and it would be very, very scary indeed. So Thundurus, the Pokemon of 1,000 uses. Name one. Apart from the thing I just said. Okay, name another one. I'm needed in the basement. So, chat, my lovely chat. I'm going to go for that Alcremie. It's modest. It's easily the best one of the 3. So let's do this thing. Oh, Mr. Not So Nice, can anyone join? Yes, we'd love it. If you are asking if you can join us, we would love to have you join us. So what we're going to do, what we do, Mr. Not So Nice, so if you're happy, can you do a Kartana or a Tapu Bulu? Like, are you able to shine, like, so we're shiny hunting, like, Tapu Bulu and Kartana. Are you able to shiny hunt for those? Have you caught those in your game already? Just let us know if you're good with, if you're happy to do those. And then we'll kind of get on from there. But yeah, we'd love to have you join us, if that is what you're asking. Yeah, anyone can join, but just, we do have order. Like, don't just hop into a lobby. Like, we plan out who is gonna... you know, be in what lobby and stuff like that. So, but yeah, sounds good. Okay, excellent. Yay. They changed Pikachu's voice in Legends Arceus. Yeah, it just had, like, the cry in that game, which is really weird. You like Kartana. Okay. Oh, and Hisoki edits. Well, hang on a minute. Hisoki, hang on. Hisoki. Let me just check something. Because Hisoki. Hang on. Let me just check one thing here. You lamented about not having the DLC. This game mode is a DLC game mode. In fact, the exact the exact region you need to go to get a Bagon is where I am in my game right now. So as long as Mr. Not So Nice does indeed have the DLC, if you have the DLC, then yes, please join us. And you're very close to where you would need a Bagon if you have Pokemon Sword. But if you don't have the DLC, then that is the one thing where you can only play this mode if you have the DLC. If you don't have the DLC, you can still get Bagons. If you don't have the DLC, you can't play this mode, though, unfortunately. Okay. So chat, my lovely chat. Let's just very quickly... Okay, so let's say we're going for Kartana. Who is able to do a Kartana with us? Like, along with me and Mr. Not So Nice. Who seems very nice, I'm just letting you know. But who else can do a Kartana with us? Please let me know. Ready, set, bow. Like, say strike in big capital letters, then say the number of times you played. Strike 0, strike 1. Say I can do, and then let me know. Okay, so Sky can do Kartana. Can Kiba do Kartana? Kiba can do Kartana. Excellent. Okay, this is good. This is good. I like this. Okay, so... hang on, Mr. Not So Nice. Mr. Not So Nice, do you mind just telling me what your username is in the game? Which, ironically, if you really were not so nice, I guess you wouldn't tell us. But I think you're going to tell us. Plus, it's kind of awkward if you don't. Okay, Mr. Not So Nice. Mr. Not So Nice goes well with rice. Okay. I'll just add Kevin as well for later. And then Kartana. Okay, so Mr. Not So Nice, Sky, and Kiva is what it's looking like. Do Isaac. Okay. Are you a fan of Golden Sun? Is the thing that I always think of. I've never played Golden Sun, but just when I hear the name Isaac, that always makes me think of Golden Sun. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If you are ready and raring to go and you'd like to play along with and hopefully get a shiny Kartana, then here's what we're going to do. We are going to... so just make sure that everyone is connected on the Ycom, okay? So Sky, Mr. Not So Nice, and Kiba. Please make sure that on the Ycom, in the top right-hand corner, it says Internet. If it doesn't, you need to press the plus button. And then we're going to talk to the nice scientist lady, and she'll say, do you want to do a Dynamax adventure? Please say yes, because it would be weird if you didn't. And then if you're asked about having any preferences, just say anything is fine. Anything goes. But I will select Kartana. And then when we get to the screen, we're going to press the plus button for the code. We're going to set our code at 0728 and then 0238. Okay, so 0728 0238. We're going to press plus to get that in, and then the A button to say yes, and then the A button to invite others. And that should all be good. If you're having any issues getting into the lobby, please let me know. Please be vocal and communicative. Because we can't help you if you don't help us, is the motto we have here that I've never actually said at all. So there we go. You think of Golden Sun or Sarah's twin brother. That is one of the other ones. Oh, dang. Isaac, you're in there very quick. Mr. Not So Nice is Mr. Very Fast. Mr. Not Very Nice, Mr. Not So Nice, sorry, not Mr. Not Very Nice, you're Mr. Not So Nice, there's a difference. Mr. Not So Nice, I might just call you Mr. for a bit, if that's okay. Mr., do you mind if I ask, what brings you to a Pokemon Sword and Shield Dynamax Adventure stream in the year 2025? I will happily answer you the question of what I'm doing, playing the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC Dynamax Adventures in the year 2025. But I'm always interested, what brings a new person, a person with whom we have never played before? Sky, you accidentally typed the 7 too fast as one at first time. But you still beat Kiba. Because Kiba has to have the power. Got the game recently. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. So you only got the game recently, but you went both feet in and got the DLC as well. Excellent. I love that. That makes me happy to know people are still getting the game and still getting the DLC. Yeah, okay. Cool. How did you find it? Because I really love this game, and I think people are way too hard on it. Oh, by the way, for this, if we see any fire types or fire moves, please get the fire types and the fire type moves. If you can use special attacks over physical attacks, that's way, 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 way better. And watch out for Kartana's Leaf Blade. It's very dangerous. Please don't pick water and ground types like Swampert and Whiskash and Quagsire. And whatever the fourth one is that I always forget. Okay, Kartana does have... Absol has Fire Blast, so that's pretty good. Blossom does have Helping Hand, but Skuntank has Burning Jealousy, so never mind. Oh, Cherim, and it's not in 4th place. Ooh... And then Blossom, yes. Okay, this is good. So we got a Helping Hander. Okay, so basically Blossom will be good to switch. If we find some kind of fire type, this would be great. But let's see what we got. Hang on. Oh, fire in the top right. Oh, what was the fire in the top right? Hang on, we'll work our way backwards. Hang on. And was that a Blaziken? No, Hitmontop. Okay, Talonflame. Okay, so if we aim for the top right, we could get a Talonflame. Although there is an Abomasnow to... Oh, no, there's also Jinx. Oh, let's just go to the right. There's a Beartick, a Jinx, and then a Talonflame. And we can use our Fire-type moves to beat the Beartick, the Jinx, and then we can beat the Talonflame, and then we can switch the Blossom for... Oh, this is shaping up very nicely. This is shaping up very nicely. Cool. Cool. So, Mr. Not So Nice, do you mind if I ask... How familiar are you with Pokemon? If you only got Sword and Shield recently, what sort of led to you getting Pokemon Sword and Shield, over 5, almost 6 years after they came out? Because we are coming up on that 6-year anniversary. I tell you what I'm going to do here. This is a bit unconventional, but I might save my... I'm going to use a Max Darkness here, because... I'm going to use a Max Darkness here. Because I'm hoping Cherim is using Sunny Day. And then I can lower the special attack here. And then we should be able to beat this in 2 turns. I don't think we'd be able to beat this in 1 turn. But I think if I use a Max Darkness, we'll beat it in 2. Played every gen except this one. Okay, nice. So does that mean you haven't played Legends Arceus? Sorry. Please don't think me to be actually. I don't mean this in an insulting way. But just Arceus is technically a Gen 8 game. So have you played Arceus or Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Or I think that's Gen 8 if I say that. But no, not that. Okay, not that one yet. Okay, that's good as well. It's very different, but it's very, very different. Depending on what other games you like, you may like it more or less. Some people absolutely love it. A lot of people absolutely love it, actually. There are some people like myself where it's just... I really like the core Pokemon experience. I like Legends Arceus, but I'm just not, mad about it. I do prefer, Sword and Shield to it. But I do still recommend it. And think it's good. And if you want shinies, there are lots and lots of shinies. So that's cool. But Shade Van Fan, hello. And did I see someone else as well? I can't remember if it was someone else. But that's cool. But planning on getting Legends Arceus. No, cool. And because then in October we're getting Legends ZA. So yes, nicely done, everyone. Very nice work. Okay, that was a very good first fight. So yeah, we do not want to be switching for any of these ice types. Just keep your team as they are. The team we have is really good. The one thing here, Skuntank. Oh, this is good because I was a bit worried about we have a lot of Burning Jealousy, which only has 5 PP, but Skuntank can use Lash Out against Jinx because that's just a way better move for Skuntank anyway. So this is actually pretty good. Yeah, so if we Sunny Day... Oh, Max Darkness, yeah. So if we use Max Dark... Oh, yeah. So just make sure Mr. Not So Nice, make sure you Dynamax here. I know that sounds really obvious. Please don't think I'm being patronizing there. You're like, I'm a dark type against a Jinx. Of course I'm gonna Dynamax, but we have played with some people who, like, don't Dynamax even when they have an incredible move, and we've been very confused. And but yeah, if we go to Jinx on the right, hopefully someone gets a shiny of it, and then the Talonflame, that'll be really, really nifty. But Bo, don't you know that if you critique anything about something, that means you hate it? Oh, I forgot. Yes, I hate Legends Arceus. But no, I am just a sort of I am more critical of Legends Arceus than other people you'll find on the internet, and it's not because I dislike it, because I do like it, but it's just that a lot of other people don't talk about its flaws. Like, and I just feel it's like, we have to talk about the flaws. It's got several, sort of gaping flaws that, again, it doesn't ruin the game. It doesn't strictly ruin the game, but it kind of like, it's like putting the brakes on whilst driving. It kind of hinders the experience a bit. But people don't talk about them, and it just kind of drives me nuts. That people don't talk about it. Not the game. Like, the game is like, it's a good game, but it's the way people talk about the game where I'm like, well, hang on, you're not mentioning a whole load of stuff. This is very weird. You have to talk about stuff. But no, well done, Mr. Not So Nice. You do genuinely, you seem nice. I like you. Right, here's the Skuntank. In the new place where we live, I have seen skunks more. I have seen skunks more in my short time in this place than I have in all the rest of my time in America. I think there's just like a family of them that lives nearby or something. Because I have seen skunks. But the thing is, skunks are way smaller than I expect. I always expect skunks to look like Skuntank, but they look like Stunky. Like, I always expect Skuntanks to be big and long like a Skuntank, but they're kind of like short and squat like a Stunky, and it always catches me off guard. Also, that was rude. That was very rude of Jinx. You're not going to get a Mega Evolution in Legends ZA with that attitude, Jinx. Having played online recently, I can confirm that there are people who fail to Dynamax when they really should. That's the thing. There are people who just... oh, you pre-ordered Legends ZA. Nice. I also like that. I don't know if that was a typo, but you put Legends ZZA, but that looks like you're saying like Legends Pizza. Like you pre-ordered Legends Pizza. Is what I thought you'd written for a second there. Actually, I mean, they did just have a Fantastic Four pizza at Little Caesars, so maybe we'll get a Pokemon Legends ZA pizza. Wouldn't that be fun? It can have a load of French ingredients. It can have, like, French cheese and, like, French cured meats. It can be very French. And it can be delivered to you by a very, very tall man who's thousands of years old. Right, yeah, we don't want the Jinx. That would be a disaster. But yes. Legendary pizza. Right, anyway, Talonflame to the right. So, I know Cherim is less than ideal here. But, not so nice. If you use an acid spray, maybe that could be a good idea. Maybe like one acid spray at the start, just to like get things going, and then maybe we'll be okay after that. I'm gonna go Quick Claw for some reason. Jupiter, hello. Sky, you don't particularly care for any of the ZA starters. Xander, the Hammer. No, I'm kidding. But Chikorita is cute, so you'll pick her. Chikorita's very cute. For like a little while, Chikorita was my favorite before like Trico and Sceptile came along. And then it's been like... And then I've been on the Sceptile train, like, for like 2 decades. But Kaz, hello. Oh, Kaz and Jupiter. Kaz and Jupiter. Well, I did say hi to Jupiter, but Kaz and Jupiter have just shown up. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, this is the only thing about Cherim. If you're not fighting something that is like... Or if you're fighting something where grass is bad, it does suck to Dynamax it, but it's just what you gotta do. The thing is, they're so gonna give Mega Evolutions to, like, Meganium for Alligator and Embor. But... And so part of me is like, oh, should I get a Chikorita? like water types are abundant, do I really need to play through the game with Feraligatr? But I think I might, though. You'll think they'll have Colosseum regional forms. That's the thing, I think they'll get Mega Evolutions rather than Colosseum forms. And see, this is where you beg a very good question, Mr. Not So Nice. Because surely we will get a couple of Pokemon that will actually just be, like, new. Not many, necessarily, but just, like, a small handful of new Pokemon that aren't strictly, like, Mega forms. Like, we're gonna get a bunch of new Mega Evolutions for... Oh, Max Over... Oh, I was expecting a Max Strike. Ooh, okay. Wow, that still did so much damage, though. Oh, my gosh. I would go with the Max Strike instead of Max Overgrowth, though, but that still did a ton of damage. And then we can go with, like, Lash Out and Night Slash, more like a Fight Slash, after this. But that is the question. I think the starters will get Mega Evolutions rather than regional forms, but, like, surely we are going to get some kind of, like, new regional form or evolution, you know. Like, surely there's going to be some unevolved Pokemon that, like, never got an evolution that they're gonna give an evolution to. Like, right? I feel like somewhere, like, we're surely gonna get some kind of new, like, regular evolution or, like, a Colosseum form, even though that doesn't really make sense either. But I just wonder if we are gonna get some kind of new thingy-majig, some kind of, like, just new Pokemon or new form. But then, like... But I don't think we'll get it for the starters, though. I think for the starters, they'll do Mega Evolution for that. That's my theory. My game theory, but... Talonflame is weak in special defense. Really? Weaker than physical defense, though? And like, significantly? Or are they, like, both kind of rubbish? Because I think of Talonflame as, like, kind of a frail Pokemon, but... I wouldn't really know if it had a one defense, like... worse than another. Also, is Cramin in the spreadsheet? Is Cramin here? I was meant to ask that earlier. Like, so you've been, if you're there, Cramin, I know you've been lurking for a while. There's always a tell with Cramin, because there's a thing Cramin does that I kind of just don't really bother to do anymore. I sort of did it for a bit, but then I'm like, eh. Oh, the Talonflame was better on the Blossom. But, okay, we got it. Nice. Okay, we got Talonflame for Blossom, so good. That's what we wanted, because Talonflame is going to be Dynamaxing here. Or, like, 4th place is going to be Dynamaxing here, so we wanted Talonflame in that 4th place slot. But, yeah, sorry, I didn't say that. I got busy talking about ZA, didn't I? But, yeah, so I think Carlos... If we do get any kind of, like, Colosseum form, or, like, evolution, or regional evolution, regional variants, that kind of thing, I do hope we get, like, some stuff like that, but I do think that it'll be, I do think they'll save that for other Pokemon, and that they'll do Mega Evolution for these guys. That's my theory. Yeah, ×4 fire effectiveness, and that's the thing, we basically have, like... I'm going to say 3.5 Pokemon here that have fire moves. The half just because we will want to get the... I suppose... did we check the speed stats? Because maybe Cherrim doesn't even need to use Sunny Day. We probably should have checked the stats, but oh well. Praying for Mega Flygon. One of the things... Here's the funny thing that I heard about Mega Flygon. I don't know if this is true or not, so feel free to back me up if this is... Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong or back me up if I'm right. But I think with Mega Flygon, they sort of tried to do it, but I think there was like a lot of artwork for it, and everything they came up with was like similar to artwork. So basically, artists are ruining Mega Pokemon. No, I'm kidding. But I do think that they kind of looked at it and like, oh no, that's kind of similar to something that already exists, and people will say we stole it, and so... Oh, the sun is up, but we won! Well done, everyone. One shot. Very impressive. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'd heard that story. Okay, I'm not the only one who's heard that story. So stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars, get those emojis in, because we just one-shot a Kartana. And if you haven't already, please click like on the video. Let's see, let's do the quick guilt tripping the audience. Chat, my lovely chat, we should have at least 10 likes on this video, I guess. Something like that. I feel like maybe more than that, but anyway. But we should have at least some kind of double-digit number of likes on this video. So if you have not yet clicked like on the video, now would be a fantastic time to do so. And let's see what the stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars give us. Beartick is a no. Will I get a shiny Jinx? I do need a shiny Jinx. No! Oh, dang it. I don't want to go back to Pokemon Let's Go. Unless it's going to be in Pokemon Legends ZA and gets a Mega Form. Maybe we could redeem Jinx. Here's the thing though. Will we ever get like a regional Jinx or a Mega Jinx? Because there's a part of me that thinks we won't. Because I think like with Jinx, because of its weird history, let's call it that, to put it politely, I think because of some of the sort of previous controversy with Jinx, it might just be one of those Pokemon where they'll put it in a game every couple of generations and otherwise just kind of generally ignore it. You know, like I don't think we're, you know, gonna get like, oh, it's the Jinx Dynamax event in Pokemon Go, or like here's a big, maybe, I mean, the thing, either they'll release something new to kind of try and redeem Jinx, or they'll just leave Jinx alone. I don't know. So here we go. Jinx is a no. Talonflame is also a no, because I do need to hurry up here, don't I? But Beartick no, Jinx no, Talonflame no. Will we get the silver thingied Kartana? No. Oh, okay. Right, let's just check. So no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. Let's just check what Bashful. Oh, another quirky. And then this is lonely. And then let's not be too hasty. And it loves siestas. So there you go. Which one of these is the best though? Lonely, quirky, bashful. I'm going to go for the Jinx. I was just talking about Jinx. Let's go for the Jinx. Poor forgotten old Jinx. Porygon had a bad history and then it got evolutions. That's true, but I don't know. I feel like just because that's to do with the anime. Am I getting Legends ZA? I am, yeah. I haven't pre-ordered it yet just because I'm still waiting to see where I'm going to pre-order it from. Or I'll just like walk down and get it, you know. But I will be getting it, yes. Okay, so welcome back. Would you like us to keep a record of Kartana? Okay, so chat, can I just see, is there anyone around who can do a Tapu Bulu and would like to do a Tapu Bulu? Let's just see if there's enough people for a Tapu Bulu, and then we'll kind of take it from there, okay? So, no shinies for anyone? Oh, that sucks. Okay, I don't have my 3 p.m. newsletter yet that I always get fooled by. But yes, so... Okay, so Mr. Not So Nice, you can do a Tapu Bulu. Okay, awesome. We will add you to the next team then. If you come back for future streams, I will give you a heads up about the sort of particular etiquette we have here. But don't worry about it for today. It's not a problem. Sky can do a Bulu. Mr. Not So Nice can do a Bulu. But is there a third person who can do a Bulu? That is the question. Because if we don't have a third for a Bulu, we might just have to go right to the wild card. Also, did Kramin say hi and then I missed it? Let me know. I might have missed that. I'm busy drinking water. But don't worry, Mr. Not So Nice. You are good. But I just want to... I'm sort of saying that in part just to kind of like make sure that no one does any, you know, sort of backseat modding or anything. But let's see. Oh, don't worry. You are only a strike... Okay, that's very kind. You are only a strike 1, though. But okay, Kevin can sub in. Actually, yeah, because Kevin, you haven't played. So that kind of works. And then you can you can still be a strike 0 for the purposes of like team 4. But if you don't mind that would actually really be helpful. So let's have Mr. Not So Nice. Let's have Sky and let's have Kevin. And then, but yeah. So don't worry about it, Mr. Not So Nice. Like if you join us for another stream, like if you join us for a future stream, I'll explain it to you. I'll I can like explain. Well, I'll explain it to you in a minute, but don't worry about it right now. Okay, so team 3 is Mr. Not So Nice, Skywatcher, and Kevin. Okay, so make sure we're connected to the internet. Make sure we talk to the nice scientist lady. And then we'll say anything is fine if you're you, but if you're me, I'm gonna say Tapu Bulu. So basically, Mr. Not So Nice, what we do and why we do it, is because if I'm just like looking over at my laptop, oh hang on, the code, let's go like 07281500. So that's 07281500. Okay. So no, what we do, so when I'm like just kind of like looking over at my chat, like I have like a lot of messages on my screen. And so if I want to very quickly discern and assess like, oh, which people are saying they can play and what people are saying just random other stuff, maybe we're talking about something, maybe we're talking about Legends ZA or something, so there might be some people putting in comments about Legends ZA and whether we'll get Mega Jinx or something like that. But you also could be having people saying, I can play in the next round or whatever. So we needed a system to come up with that made it very instantly recognizable, like who can do what. And so what I do is I have people begin their message in big capital letters with strike, STRIKE. And then what we do is they say the number of times they've played today, because I just like knowing if someone has played like several times, but then someone else hasn't played at all, I want to give preference to the people who have played less rather than the people who have played more. And then, like say if, often I usually ask for like multiple Pokemon. So I'll be like, okay, like Kartana or Tapu Bulu, who can do those? And then people will say, I can do Tapu Bulu, but I can't do Kartana. Or I can do Kartana, but I can't do Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu, by the way, is a super duper mega weak to poison. It's also weak to fire, ice, flying, and steel. In terms of its moves, it has grass, bug, and fighting, so watch out for that. And here we go. And so basically that's kind of how like the strike system was born. And so basically, yeah, between rounds, like I will ask people, I will say, here are the Pokemon we are going to do. If you are available and around to do them, let me know. And that little system, you saw people writing in chat, that is kind of their way of communicating with me clearly in a way that we all understand, at least if you're like familiar with it. If you're brand new, it just looks like gobbledygook. But if you're, once people have been here a couple of times, they like understand it's like, okay, so I'm letting him know I'm available to play by saying strike. The number of times is like the number of times I've played today. Strike 0, strike 1, strike 2. And then afterwards, poison. And it's a Tentacruel. Okay, so we can go left or right. Should we go left because I'm super effective against Hitmontop? I know that Linoon and Sudowoodo are not good against it. But other than that, though, I think we're okay. I have a bit of a theory here. A game theory, if you will. I'm wondering if we switch for this Hitmontop, because Intimidate's a useful ability. Mr. Not So Nice, you do have Venoshock. Although, when you Gigantamax, you might still be better to use your fire move. It kind of depends on the numbers and calculations. But your max Centiferno might actually be stronger than a max Ooze. So we can do some maths and calculations if need be, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to Dynamax. I'm going to use a Max Airstream, I think. Max Mindstorm would be more powerful on a second turn. So if we need that extra bit of power, I may be messing things up, but I just don't want to. I was a bit worried, what if someone has a speed priority move or something like that? When's the last time Tentacruel showed up? It feels like a while, hasn't it? Feels like a little while. Hang on, let's just do a little bit of quick maths, shall we? Let's say Venoshock is 90 and Max Centinferno is 130. So like 130 times 2 and then times 1.5 is 390. Right? So that's 390. Whereas if a Max Ooze was only power 90, that would just be 90 times 4. So yeah, a Max Centinferno is probably actually more powerful than a Max Ooze. And it's just like a good move as well. So, so it might not be a bad idea for when we get to the battle to use a Max Centinferno instead of a Max Ooze. But we'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there. But Centiskorch is a great Pokemon. We do not need to switch it. But I do think maybe. Oh no, Slam is a bad move. Oh gosh, no, Slam is. I would just stick with your flamethrowers. They're really strong. Whereas Slam is a weak move and it's inaccurate. But we should still beat this in 2 turns. It's not a problem. But yeah, I do think maybe if we get rid of Linoon here, or also actually no, maybe Sudowoodo. Actually no, maybe if we get rid of Sudowoodo first, because Sudowoodo is weak to Tentacruel, and it doesn't really have. If it oh no, wait, it has Max Quake, doesn't it? But here's the thing: Sudowoodo's weak to a Tentacruel, whereas Linoon isn't. Oh wow, that did a lot. Never underestimate the power of Stab. That's true, that as well. And yeah, Flamethrower has a Flamethrower has a load of PP. It's powerful. It's stab. So yeah, we want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash catch them. But yeah. Yeah, actually, maybe we. Yeah, maybe we keep the Linoon, but switch the Sudowoodo. As long as one of you two switch for it, I do think that's a good idea, though. Because Sudowoodo we do not want against Tapu Bulu. But Linoon isn't going to be that great either. So I do think maybe, because you have Drill Run. So Drill Run is a Max Quake. So, yeah. Okay, nicely done. Because you can Dynamax here and use like a Max Quake. Linoon hopefully won't get killed or anything. But if we go for the Tentacruel, and then I don't know who we go for at the end. Maybe we go for the Acelgor. Or Frostlass, actually. Either, to be honest. Acelgor does have Acid Spray, which could be helpful. Acid Spray could be helpful. Actually, maybe we could go with the Acelgor because of Acid Spray. Might not be a terrible idea. I'm going to go Wise Glasses. Thought it'd be better to have Max Quake over Drill Run for the... That's true as well. Drill Run is a teeny bit inaccurate, right? And yeah. The thing is, Sudowoodo has Max Quake as well, but I imagine just, like, I don't know, just having the weakness to the water... Like, if it used Max Geyser on Sudowoodo, I would be very afraid. I know it has Sturdy, so it could technically survive 2 hits, but... I just... You know... I just think having Hitmontop is the slightly safer thing. I don't know who has a better attack out of, like, Hitmontop and Sudowoodo. Maybe I'll check that in a sec, but mainly doing DA to get Dynite or for XP Candy for finishing Pokedex to get the Charm. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's still worth doing the Dynamax Adventures a little bit. Because you don't have to keep the legendary Pokemon. You can still shiny hunt for them later on, but you can use it to farm the ore and to fill your Pokedex a bit. Because one thing as well, for Mr. Not So Nice, and you've probably found this, there are a bunch of Pokemon. Oh, the normal gem. Oh, whoa, look at that. I don't think have we ever used the normal gem? Anyway, Bark. No, with the Dynamax Adventures, there are a bunch of Pokemon here that are that can be difficult to get for your Pokedex, like normally, but because they're in this mode, it's really easy. So even like a Hitmontop is like sort of quite a good Pokemon to get from this mode, because just evolving a Tyrogue into a Hitmontop is kind of awkward. Although I can't remember if they appear in the wild anywhere. Maybe they do. But But there are some Pokemon where, like, they're trade evolutions or something, and so they're just kind of a pain to, obtain. Like, hang on, let me just go through. Let me just have a quick look at the old list. What are some Pokemon that are, like, difficult to get regularly, but, like, that are good in, like, this mode? Let's see. Like, okay, well, this isn't good for, like, the base Pokedex, but I do always say, like, Slowking. Like, Slowking is, like, a really awkward trade evolution, but, like, it's very easily accessible in this mode. Yeah, Hitmontop, honestly, a bit of a weird evolution. You can only get the Hoenn starters from this mode. What are some other things that are kind of... What are some awkward evolutions, or... And something from, like, the main Pokedex, not... A lot of these are, like, from the DLC Pokedex, I'm realizing. I didn't realize how many Pokemon aren't really in, like, the base Pokedex. I'm sort of learning it now. A Selgor and a Scavalier are two of the main ones. They are in the base decks, but you can get them more easily from the DLC and, like, the first part of the DLC. If we go for a Selgor on the right, though, this should be good, I think. Yeah, a Selgor and a Scavalier, they're definitely two... Like, if you see them, and if you don't have any shinies and you see them, get them. What else? Oh, Malamar. If you always play in docked mode, get a Malamar, so you don't have to take your Switch out into handheld. Oh, Trevenant. I think Trevenant's in the base Pokedex, and Gourgeist. Trevenant and Gourgeist are in the base Pokedex, but, like, they're trade evolutions. Although I think you can get them in the wild as well, but still, like, they're good ones to get, though. You might be able to get them in the wild. But I can't remember. Salazzle isn't a bad one, just it's a bit awkward to get regularly. And then, yeah, I think the rest are all pretty straightforward. But obviously, like, there's a lot of Gigantamax Pokemon where it's hard to get them in Gigantamax form. So yeah. Oh, whoops. You got Shiny Tangela and Aurorus full odds. Whoa, that's awesome. I see why we don't use the normal gem. Yeah, that didn't really do very much, did it? I mean, in fairness, Linoon is pretty weak, so... I think, here's the thing. If you were going to be Dynamaxing, and you had the normal gem, and you used a Max Strike with Stab, it would be incredible, but... Scizor, I wish that was in this mode. Yeah, if Scizor was in this mode, that would be crazy. Oh, Frostmoth is actually not a bad shout, because Frostmoth is like a happiness evolution that you can only do at, like, nighttime. So it's just, like, a bit awkward and annoying, basically. So Frostmoth is another good one, where it's like, I would just get it in this mode rather than try and evolve one, honestly. Oh, and you go with Maxus. That's good. I can't remember if a Selgor has dry skin in this mode. Maybe I should look that up whilst I'm on the screen of all the Pokemon. What does it? Hydration. But nevertheless, like, if we burned it, we wouldn't want to cure the burn. But we did it, guys. We just beat an Aselgor. Aselgor has a cool shiny, and I got it live on stream when I did Dynamax Adventures on Pokemon Sword, not on Pokemon Shield. That was fun. You heard it here, folks. Bo thinks friendship is annoying. I'm an introvert. What can I say? Right, I'm going to have a quick sip of water, because Xander has reminded me of that. And Tenchi's not here to remind me of that. Okay. So, yeah, honestly, I don't think we really... Okay, Kevin is going to go for the switch here. In all honesty, that's probably not well, maybe the Hitmontop could have been a good switch, but like just because like trading intimidate for for acid spray, but still, I think we're gonna have a pretty good team here. If we use if we Gigantamax and use Max Centiferno, and if we use Acid Spray before that to lower its special defense, and then if we Acid Spray it, and then I Air Slash it, and then we do the Centiferno, we're probably gonna KO it. And if we can get a triple Axle in as well, then I like the idea of Acid Spray better. In all fairness, yeah, Tentacruel wouldn't really add that much to the equation. In fairness, to be honest, Hitmontop with Intimidate probably adds a bit more to everything than Tentacruel would. So right, I'm gonna Air Slash more like a hair slash. Will this be the Black Bulu? One can only hope. Who's one, you may ask? He's my friend. Okay. So, here we go. Let's do this thing. We were kind of spoiled there. I kind of wish we could have had 5 Pokemon, because we had 4 good ones, and then it would have been nice having a 5th. But that's why 4 move syndrome, 4 Pokemon syndrome. It's a real thing. Again, the kind of things that the Nintendo fans who don't really know that much about Pokemon will say, oh, they should have a 5th move, and it's oh my gosh, no, that would be a disaster. Right, here we go. Centiferno, come on. Oh, we just missed it, but we also didn't just miss it, because, oh no. The triple axle, it hits! Yes! 1 triple axle, 2 triple axle. If we hadn't got the KO there, the Centiferno would have got the KO. But well done, Team 3! Team 3, I'm smiling with glee. That was great. That was fantastic. Seriously, really nicely done, everyone. Okay, so we're going to be doing our wild card in a minute, so get ready for that riveting adventure. And then we'll figure out the rest from there. That was really good though, guys. I'm very impressed. So here we go. Right, here we go. So Hitmontop is a no. The Beyblade Pokemon is a nay Pokemon. Tentacruel is not green in the jelly. A Selgor is also not shiny. But will we get... That's okay. I do have all these Pokemon as shiny. But see, notice, the other day I talked about this, I do have, most of the Pokemon available. So, so far, we've had, 9 regular Pokemon, and I've only needed, 2 of them. And that's kind of the problem we're kind of reaching here at Bovio Games. This leaderboard makes no sense. How did you jump to number 1? I swear every time you talk about jumping to number 1, that's what bumps you to number 1. But obviously you wouldn't be typing that if you weren't already at number 1. Hitmontop no, Tentacruel no, a Selgor no. But will we get the Black Bulu? Oh! Black Bulu! Black Bulu! Yes! We did. Kieran, you did call it. You were very insistent that this was going to be the Black Bulu. We did it. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so we need to do a wild card that I keep the ticket for. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. So, wow, Thundurus is our only non-Ultra Beast Pokemon now. Wow! 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 Zowie! That is incredible. Right, let's just quickly check for the old sparkles. No sparkles there. No sparkles there. No sparkles there. But sparkles there, baby! Yes! Well done. Oh, gosh. Sorry, am I saying well done to myself? I didn't mean that. I'm just used to saying well done when you guys get shinies. I'm not used to me being the one. But there we go. And it's bashful. Oh, it's kind of scared. Lonely lax. There's the lax! It likes to take siestas. I bet you do with that lax nature. But there you go. It likes to thrash about because it's quiet. What do these even mean? But there we go. The black Bulu! So here we go. Tapu Bulu, right, I've got to make sure select. Would you like to take Bulu with you? Yes. Handed other Pokemon. 13 Dinitor. Oh my gosh. You love to see it. Wow. Wowie zowie. I've got to send that to my roommate. She'll be thrilled. Okay. So, now saving your adventure. You saved your progress. Well done defeating that opponent, and we'll see you again soon. Chat. My lovely chat. Okay. Flawless victory indeed. Okay, so chat. I need to save one of these tickets. Which ticket is the best one, though? Like, well, Stack Attacker, Nihilego. I feel like Stack Attacker is honestly the one I should get, but I don't know how many people actually need that. But I feel like Celesteela and Nihilego have been good for the wild cards lately. Like, Kevin and Kieran, like, have those. So, I don't know, though. We'll have to figure it out. Okay. So, I think that Stack Attacker might be the best one for me to save, but yeah. Okay. The Black Bulu. Because we have two people who have Celeste. Like, you kind of want, like, as many people as possible to have the other tickets, right? So we've got, like, 2 Celesteelas, and then we've got, like, 2 Nihilego people. So that, like, works out pretty well, I would say. Okay. Okay. So, right, anyway, Bark, sorry. Let's go fly a kite. Sorry, I'm delirious from excitement. So, chat, can you let me know? We are in the... what? Oh, wow, Mr. Not So Nice. You have got the hang of this already. Could you guys, gals, non-binary pals, let me know? We're in the wildcard phase. This means I have to update Nightbot after this. Maybe we will try and go for a Stack Attacker, if that's okay. If Kevin could host a Stack Attacker right now, and if we had Mr. Not So Nice join, because Mr. Not So Nice is very clearly a good luck charm, and then, again, Mr. Not So Nice, what you just witnessed there was mathematically a once-in-a-month event. And you came in right away and enjoyed it, and got to witness it. I don't know what phrase I was going for there. Anyway, Buck. Okay, so Kevin has the Stack Attacker. So we could have, like, Kevin, Not So Nice. Oh, Star. Okay, I tell you what we could do. Why don't we have Kevin, Star, and Mr. Not So Nice, and then because then maybe like Kieran could host Nihilego on the next one, if that's okay with you, Kieran. I know you're only a strike 1, and like Mr. Not So Nice has played more than you, but like you could host the next one. So if that's okay, and if this is Mr. Not So Nice's like. How often does Peonia show the new player? It should be, like, after every time you go, but sometimes when you talk to her, she's like, hey, do you like these goggles? And then that's kind of like... and then that's basically, like, the interaction, and it's like, oh. But generally, it's, like, after every time. You had a feeling it'd sit out. It is kind of the way that it goes. But if we have Nihilego, we know that, like, you and Kiba are good for it, so... So yeah, why don't we have... Let me just add Star to the spreadsheet. Star. There we go. So why don't we have, yeah, Kevin, Mr. Not So Nice, and Star. And then this will be... This will make for a good Team 4, and then we could do a Team 5 Nihilego, like, after this. So, yeah. Okay, so... chat, please make sure that you are connected to the internet on the Wycom. Please make sure that you talk to the nice scientist lady. If you are Kevin, you are going to select Stack Attacker. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's weird. That's weird. It's weird. But yeah, just make sure that you... but otherwise, if you're not Kevin, including myself, you will select anything's fine. And then we'll save our game. And then we will type in Kevin's code. Why does that sound like the title of a movie? Kevin's code. 07280907. 007. Bubble 07. If it's an Intellion. That's, by the way, that's one of my favorite nicknames ever. For, like calling an Intellion 007. It's just, it's too good. Although I will say, I was rather fond of my like follow-up nickname of Shorb Connery, which I liked. But okay, so we got Kevin, we got Bo, and we're one Isaac away from victory. Okay, Kramen has been filling out the spreadsheet. If Kramen did say hi and I didn't say hi to Kramen, I'm so sorry. Like if you said hi twice, like yes, I'm here, and then I just still missed you both times. I'm sorry if I missed you both times. 007. But yeah, 007. It's the perfect name for an Intellion. They used it on like a Games Done Quick for Sword and Shield, and I was like, dang, that's good. But it's funny though because I always thought that's the thing. I knew about like the Sean Connery connection or whatever before. Like I was sort of going like, oh, my poor Shorb. Like I'd been doing that for years. And then, yeah, when I did my playthrough, I was like, oh, Shorb Connery. And then, so yeah. Right. Kramen hasn't said anything. Okay. But there we go. Right, so Celesteela, it's very, very weak to fighting. It's very, very weak to ground. And it's also just regularly weak to water. Ground and fighting are extremely effective, is what I should be saying. That is the new lingo. Although, chat, can I ask you a question about that? Chat, my question to you is, on that screen, we saw, like, on those screens, it, like, replaced the symbol for, like, special attack and physical attack with, like, the one for, like, extremely effective was, like, a star. And I was kind of like, does just any attack that is extremely effective get replaced with a star? Or is it only, like, extremely effective special attacks to get replaced with a star? Like, I'm interested in what kind of icons they're going to use. Oh, Crawdaunt's to the right. Crawdaunt is to the right. And then there is a Flygon in the top right. So we might want to go to the right here, but let's have a quick look. Okay, Crawdaunt, Fracture. Oh, there is Pelipper to the left. But there is also Tauros. Yeah, we could have gone left and got, like, Pelipper and, like, Basculin. But I feel like we should maybe get, like, Flygon and Crawdaunt instead. If I accidentally said Nihilego, I meant Stack Attacker. I didn't say anything other than Stack Attacker accidentally, did I? Right, anyway, here we go, everyone. So, I think maybe we want to get rid of, like, the Alcremie and the other Pokemon that was there. I can't remember the Pokemon we just picked. How long am I streaming? I usually stream for about 2 hours. I usually do 5 Dynamax Adventures, and this is the 4th. It usually lasts a little over 2 hours. Right, Max Knuckle, more like a Max Shuckle. Right, Dazzling Gleam, more like a Dazzling Beam. Oh, Crawdaunt's using Sword Stance. That's actually okay. You just went with Crawdaunt since you have a fighting move. That's kind of what I was thinking as well. I was thinking we're quite super effective against this. I mean, Fracture is, like, okay, but it's like... Here's the thing. Crawdaunt's quite good for us to... Oh, Lickitung. Yeah, do we want to get rid of... Do we want to switch Lickitung here? I'm thinking Lickitung's not really that good. Like, that Thunder was, like, the best thing that we've seen a Lickitung do in, like, the past year of playing this mode. I think if we switch Lickitung for Crawdaunt, that could be a pretty good switch. A screenshot from the trailer shows Star for Extremely, Circle for Oh, no, that was for, like, just the effectiveness. See, I thought... Oh, no, it didn't... Oh, no, yeah, it didn't show... That wasn't showing, like, physical special, was it? It's just the super effective for, like... The super effective looks kind of similar to the, like, special attack icon, so I sort of was a bit like, hang on, did they replace the special attack icon? But I guess it didn't do that, did it? So never mind, I'm being a ding-dong. This is going to be up on the internet forever. Okay, Flygon. So if we go for Well, actually, we don't have to go for Tauros. Kadabra's actually very frail and easy for us to defeat. But I did say about Tauros earlier. Yeah, we went for Tauros. But that's okay. That's not a problem. Yeah, we probably could have beaten Kadabra in, like, one turn with, like, X-Scissor and Lash Out and Avalanche or whatever, but not unless you edit that bit out. Hey, I could delete this afterwards. And then it's like, you got a Tapu Bulu? No, never got Tapu Bulu. No, that's the thing, I have to keep it now. I have to keep it. But no, I'm going to look at the screenshot again just to check something, but... yeah, I'm gonna like go on Cerebi and look at the screenshots, but yeah, I'm gonna max Knuckle, more like a max Shuckle, and then we'll take it from there. Cerebi or Cerebi, Pokemon champions. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Where are the screenshots? Give me my screenshots. Ow. This might not actually be as helpful as I hoped. Yeah, never mind. This is not helpful. But anyway, Bug. I can probably, if I just type in extremely effective, I imagine it'll come up. Aha, here we go. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I see. I forget about the whole like icon system. I forget about the whole icon system for super effectiveness. I usually just kind of like read the words. I should kind of like pay more. Maybe I'll pay more attention to it now that there's going to be like an extra 2 of them. But yeah, because here's the thing. This hang on. Can I find a special attacker? Let me just find a special attacker. The one for like... Yeah, the Dazzling Gleam, right? The super effective logo is like almost exactly the same as that. It's just not slanted. So that's why I was like confused. Okay. You may be thinking, Bo, why aren't you using a Max Knuckle? Because it's actually weaker. It actually doesn't do as much damage. I just did a Max Knuckle for setup, so that turn 2 would do more damage. Right, Brick Break, more like a deep fig. You're not seeing any screenshots that show the physical special icons. No, they don't. It's just I get confused. It basically, the icon for a special attack and the icon for super effective are like basically the same icon. So that's why I get confused. I was like, oh, but what do you do if you like, you know, get confused about like physical and special, you know? But it doesn't matter because that's not what it's telling you. But I do feel like next to each icon or something, you should be able to see if the move is physical or special, or it should say it. I feel like next to the type, it should say whether it's physical, special, or status. I feel like that should be there all the time and not something if you press the Y button. But oh well. Anyway, Bark. Sorry, so that's me being the ding dong. Oh, and then creamy switch. I think I'll creamy. Wait, Amelia. Uh-oh. Game Freak, hire this man. Which man? Right, Flygon. Small shiny guy you went to eat. Oh, wait, because my suggestion of having the thing next to it. Yeah, this was, This was our new friend, Not So Nice, who, unfortunately, not so nicely, had a disconnect. That isn't very nice. Not so nice, but yeah, that's not good. Okay, so the plan may change a bit here. We'll have to figure out who's Dynamaxing and what they can do and stuff like that. I'm gonna X-Scissor more like an X-Wizard. Suffering Thuckatash. It'll be right. Mr. Not So Nice, are you in the chat? We've lost you. Are you in a universal? Are you in the multiverse? Are you still playing? Has your game just completely crudded out? Max Darkness. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I don't think it actually, like, helps us a whole lot. But maybe you could do 1 Max Darkness and then 1 Max Geyser? That could be a plan. Bro got sent to the Shadow Realm. I hope not. I hope you got sent to the Shiny Realm. Should you take Flygon since you'll be up next to Dynamax? So let's see how this goes, because we could all get KO'd and die a horrible, painful death. Like this. Okay, don't use that Max Geyser, because your special attack is going to be lowered now. Dang. Okay, close. Oh no, Amelia! Nothing could ameliorate me more than my hatred for Principal Skinner. Is that the line? I've never known the word ameliorate. I know it exists. I just don't know what it means or how to use it properly. I think that is the sentence, but I still don't know how to use it. Okay, Avalanche! Avalanche! Okay, hang on. So yeah, is it going to be Amelia and then Kevin? Actually, Sandslash is kind of the, well, not really the weak link of the team, I don't know. Crawdon is physical anyway, yeah. It's just, the thing is, it's like, but if you'd gotten that special defense drop, your special attack may sort of then be slightly stronger, but like, yeah, right from the get-go, a Max Darkness is definitely better, but then after one of them, you then might be more powerful on the special side. But anyway, we beat it in 2 turns. It was fine. You want to catch everything? You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. And then we'll kind of finish it from there. Cheese Freeze in the Scepter. That's nice. That's always good to know. Oh, hang on. Is my mic a bit hot? I don't know. That came a bit loud. Loud. Da 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 da. Okay. Anyway, Bark. So Flygon. So I guess Kevin switch. Kevin now switch. You can now switch. This is quite interesting because you're going to be able to get a Mud Slap in. Yeah, you're going to be able to get a Mud Slap in and lower its accuracy. And it does have Rock Slide, so this could be quite funny, actually. This actually could be quite funny. Stella! You always got to yell Stella. Casually doing evasion. Exactly. So right, the Golden Stack Attacker. Guys, I can't believe we're down to only 2 wild cards. This is wild. We're actually getting very close. We're actually getting very close to sort of the canonical end to the strike streams. Oh man, if this was Golden Stack Attacker. No, how did it? We lowered its accuracy. How did we miss? Okay, but there's the Rock Slide. It missed. Oh, but it hits everyone else. That was rude. Okay, but Dynamax, if you've got it, you're gonna hit the Max Geyser now. Oh no, the Max Quake now. Okay, Yeah, sorry, we're not. Yeah, it was Kevin. Sorry. And Kevin's the Flygon. I forgot. But you get the idea. That was very lucky. AJ, hello, welcome. We're so close to victory. I can almost taste it. Right, here's the Max Quake. More like a deep fake. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's a good hit to get things going. Do we get the special defense up, even though that's of no use to us whatsoever? Okay, close combat. Amelia's really going for it. I like this close combat hustle. AJ, yeah, if you were here one round earlier, you would have seen me get not just a shiny, but a shiny legendary. Legendary. Wow, we beat Stack Attacker. So, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in. And if you haven't clicked like on the video, please click like on the video. We should have at least, it's time for shaming your audience. Oh, hang on. We should have at least 12 people who have clicked like on this stream, if not more. So if we don't have 12 like, well, no, I mean, we did already have 12 likes, didn't we? But let's see if we can get more than 12. I feel like we could have more than 12 likes. 13! How unlucky of us. So, yeah, second shiny, please. Two legendaries in a row, could you imagine? There's a 1 in 100 chance of it happening, so... Crawdaunt is a no. Tauros is a no. A bull, a different kind of bull, but not a shiny bull. Flygon is also not shiny, but that's okay. I have all of these Pokemon as shiny. The one I need is shiny, however. Much like last time. Last time, there wasn't anything I needed shiny except for the Bulu. Will we catch lightning in a bottle again? Golden Stack Attacker! Ah, I kind of lost my hustle there. Ah, that's a shame. No shinies. But that was pretty close, though, right? That was pretty close. Wow. Okay, so Crawdaunt. We're kind of getting to a point now where our wild card or our second, like, we might have like one wild card round, and then the other wild card round is just like, and then the other wild card round is just one of the initial 3 rounds we repeat. Like, let's do Thunderous again. Okay, Crawdaunt is, yes, save the ticket. Yes, ooh, thank you for reminding me, Kevin. I legit could have forgotten that. No sparkles, no sparkles, no sparkles. Yeah, let's quickly go through here. Like, hang on. Docile, relaxed, quirky, brave. Who do we go? Oh, I'm going to go with the Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt was kind of an MVP there, I think. So, let's keep the Crawdaunt. And let's also keep the ticket. I am keeping my finger on the A button here. Crawdaunt's been sent to a box. He's been sent to a box. No time for distractions. No singing. I'm only back up singing. Would you like me to jot down where you found Stack Attacker this time so that you might challenge it again? And the answer is yes. Okay, so chat, we have enough time for one more quick final round because we have taken kind of a little bit of extra time today. But that's okay. So chat, my lovely chat, could you please let me know, Kieran, you have could you let me know your tickets? I'm thinking we do Nihilego with Kieran, but could you guys, gals, non-binary pals, please let me know what tickets you have out of Nihilego and Celesteela. And then we'll figure this out, and it might end up being, it probably will be Nihilego, but... because I want to make sure we do something good for Kieran here. But Kevin, you've got to go. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your amazing support and for the good vibes that helped us get the Bulu. And if people are leaving, please make sure you like that stream before you go. Okay, the Black Bulu. Yeah, my roommate's gonna be very jealous. She likes the Bulus. Oh, Cramming got caught in a work call, but saw you got tagged up in chat. No, we kind of like knew you were like kind of here, like because you'd been doing stuff in the spreadsheet secretly. But but not so secretly. And so we were just like, Kramen, hello, if you're there. But the thing, I kept asking Kramen. I kept being like, oh, Kramen, are you here? And then I'd get distracted, and I'd be like, oh, did Kramen say hi? I missed that. Did Kramen say hi at all? Like, Kramen, if you're there, say hi. And then I'd be like, oh, crud, if Kramen said hi that time, I missed it. But yes. Okay, so we've got Star, we've got Cuba, and we've got... So why don't we have Star, Kiba, Kieran? You won't confirm or deny any of these allegations set forth towards you. Right, yeah, no, it was just my psychic powers that changed Kieran's name. Again, do you want to know what's funny, Kramen? You've changed Kieran's name, but, like, I think it did change, like, twice since the last time you changed... Because I've, like, just stopped bothered changing it at this point. Like, and I think it like had changed twice since the last time you changed it. So, oh yeah, Kramen, did you see the shiny Bulu? Hang on, we got to show Kramen the Bulu. That worked cool. It made you miss some magic potentially. We got the black Bulu. We got it. Doesn't it look great? That is legit. That legit might be one of the best. Like Island Guardian Pokemon in shiny form. I couldn't think if they had another name there, but it is just like the Island Guardians, right? What's their name? I forget. The Tapus. Well, I guess the Am I just thinking of the Tapu? I think I might have just been thinking of the Tapus. But the Island Guardians is like their proper name or whatever. But then the Tapus is like the casual. No, that's true. Bo may have gotten the Black Bulu, but does he have two Black Bulus? I do if I take my eye patch off and I let my double vision take over. Okay, so Island Deity. That might be more correct. Okay, so chat, yeah. So why don't we have Star, Kiba, and Kieran? And Kieran, you're hosting Nihilego, so we need you to do the code. Dakota beat a Tapu Koko. That's pretty cool. Right, so let's talk to the nice scientist lady. We'll say that anything's fine. Whoa, that looks weird. Stack-a-tacka. That looks so weird. It looks so weird. But anything's fine. And we'll save our game. And Kieran has got a code up and ready to go. 0553 5164. 0553 5164. That's 0553 5164. I like it. It's good. So yeah, nicely done. Do we have any retro gamers here? People who have still have working retro consoles, or maybe even still collect some games for them. You see a game at a swap meet or a garage sale or something, and then you get the thing. Do we have any sort of Kramen? You say me, but no. I was thinking. I don't know if I've already talked about this on stream before. Hang on, just quickly. Nihilego, it's super duper mega weak to ground, and then steel is like the next best thing, and then water, and then psychic. Been doing quite a couple of trips to retro game stores in the last year. That's cool. I like that, because it's one of those things that I would love to, but it's just one of those things where like the reality of it is just like, nah, that's not gonna. Oh, Nidoking. I'll go with Celio because it's like next best thing. It's not that great, but it's fine. Been enjoying some old PS1 games recently, Xander says. That's pretty cool. I will ask like what kind of stuff have you got lately, but I will just do my spiel whilst I'm like not playing. But no, I've kind of been thinking the reality of it, because it's one of those things where, I had to leave all my old consoles in England because they're, like, completely different. They work differently, different electricity, different, like, they just operate differently. And even British TVs are different and stuff like that. Like, if I brought all the stuff with me, even if I could get, like, the electrics working. Whiscash is still good despite not having a ground move, and then there is Golurk, and then there is a Stunfisk. So I think that looks pretty good, right? The Whiscash on the left, then the Golurk, and then the Stunfisk. There is also an Unpheasant, but But yeah. Thank you, Retro Game Store, your sister showed you. That's very cool. But yeah, so I've kind of been thinking of the reality of it. For a long time, I thought maybe I would like have some... I'd like ship some of my games over or something like that. You know, but then I was like, well, a lot of these won't work anyway. I was like, well, maybe, and like, you know, you've got like the, I don't know, SNES and the N64, like that stuff's available online. I was like, maybe I'll like send over the GameCube someday or something like that. But then like even the GameCube, like now that's getting like the online releases and stuff like that. So I don't know, like, so and again, like it still has a lot of the same issues where it's like, well, it works on different electricity and the TVs are different here and stuff like that. Like the TVs and the electricity are different. And these games are going to just be playable in like other ways, and I'm not that fussed about being a purist sort of thing. So it's just one of those things where Sky, nope, the oldest game you have is Brain Age 2 for the DS. But I hate to break it to you though, Sky. I mean, I know we say retro, and I don't like saying retro for anything that's sort of like a certain quality or something. Like in like 30 years, the PlayStation 4 is like not going to be retro to me, because it's like, well, no, the games on a PS4 are going to be pretty similar to what games are going to be like in like 20, 25, 30 years. Whereas the games on like an NES are going to be wildly different. I like wildly different than, you know, games now, or even games like 10 years ago. So I feel like with retro, there has to be a certain, like, I don't know, level of technology or aesthetic or something to it. I don't think games that are still kind of, like, in some ways reminiscent of modern games are, like, I think GameCube you can call retro now, and maybe in, like, a few years we might be able to call the Wii, maybe in, like, a few years' time we can call the Wii retro, but, you know, like, the HD era is a different thing. I don't know. But anyway, but I was going to say, anyway, but the thing is, the DS is a 20-year-old console, so, like, a Brain Age game is, like, you know, going to be, what, like, at least 15 years or something like that? So, it might be more retro than we care to admit. But anyway, Bark, your DS still works, thankfully. Mine too. I might play some of my old, like, Pokemon games again soon or whatever. I don't know, instead of, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right, Triple Axel. But no, I just asked, but yeah, so, but for me, it's one of those things where, you know, I left a lot of my consoles and stuff, like, back in England. I've got my 3DS and my DS and, like, and that stuff. So I do still have those, but... so I can still play GBA, and yeah, I can still play GBA. It's really annoying. I couldn't find my Game Boy Advance SP though. I looked everywhere for it, like when I visited England last year, and like couldn't find it. Don't know where it went. So that was annoying. That sucked, because it means I can't play like Pokemon Blue or Crystal. But then again, those probably don't work. The batteries on those probably died anyway. So, but so I do have that. But in terms of my like home consoles, I don't think I'm really ever gonna like. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna like move those over here or anything. And so then it's like, oh, so would you like build up your collection again? Maybe. Yeah, sorry, I have not told you guys what to switch for or anything. But Whiscash seems pretty solid. What was? Oh no, Golurk. We got Golurk next, but that's okay. We don't need Golurk in the 4th slot. Golurk would have been better in the 4th slot, or the Stunfisk. Like, Whiscash would have been better for like maybe Star or something like that. But that's okay. If Star and I swap for these. Who have we got? We got Whiscash next. Okay, maybe if Star switches for this, and then if I switch for the Stunfisk, that'll be good. But yeah, sorry, I've got busy talking about old games. But so basically, it was kind of like, the idea of me moving all my old consoles over here, it's like, I don't really have the money or the space for it, and and a lot of the technology just, like, won't really work over here, and then obviously there are things like, well, I'd want to get, like, a CRT TV or something, and then those are, like, it's just harder to get a lot of old stuff, you know, like, when stuff breaks. It's harder to replace the parts, or just it's getting harder to find these old games, you know. So the idea of me like rebuilding a game collection is going to be like difficult and expensive. Like it or not, the GameCube is over 20 years old now, you know, and so it's going to be hard to get these games. Oh, I want to play Pokemon Colosseum and XD again. That's going to cost like, you know, what, like $60-$80 or something. I wonder what, I don't know what eBay listings are like. If anyone wants to check this, you're welcome to. Like, what do like Pokemon Colosseum and XD go for on eBay? It's probably not going to be cheap. So it's like, well, maybe I'm just best to get like a Nintendo Switch online and you know, on Nintendo Switch 2 and play that, you know. Like whenever I get a Nintendo Switch 2, maybe just play them on that, you know. They go for over 100, Kraven confirmed. Thanks for that, Kraven. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, why am I taking it out on you? Oh no, we can't get the cheese freeze. Oh, but I'm big anyway. You've been following local prices of both of them. See, this is what I mean! This is what I mean. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't think it's, you know, I think if I'd have moved to America, like, you know, a few years earlier, like if I'd have moved to America when I first started taking trips to America, and I had like a load of success right away and stuff like that, you know, like, yeah, I could have done that because those consoles would have only been like 10 years old or whatever. It would have been fine. But like now, in the year like 2025, after a global pandemic and a green card and a strike, and, you know, I'm like really not in a good place financially. And it's like the idea of me even getting like a Switch 2, let alone like you know, the current Nintendo console, let alone old retro ones that go for a ton of money, it's, you know, it's not good. It's not worth it. So it's, oh gosh. So yeah, like I think the reality of me like rebuilding my old game collections, like Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, I think I do technically have a Wii. I've never actually like used it because I just haven't like had the chance to, and I don't have the space for it. But again, I kind of held on to it because, oh, I said, oh no, you were a good Switch it, and then Switch to the Stunfest. Yes, well done for remembering that, Star, because I got busy talking about old games again. But you seen the Colosseum for 150 without the box. This is what I mean. I don't think we want to switch here. Personally, I accidentally pressed the wrong joystick there, but it still worked. I'm sorry, Kieran, you've got like one of the best Nihilego Pokemon. You have one of the best Nihilego Pokemon, and the rest of us all have really good Stunfisk Pokemon. So it is with a heavy heart that we must do the Stunfisk. You have hooked Wii up to one of your computer monitors to play Wii and GameCube stuff. See, that's why I was thinking maybe I could do the GameCube stuff, because it's just that little bit more modern. But it's like the reality of sending all this stuff over, and it could like break on the way, and you know, people like chucking boxes about and stuff, even when you mark them as fragile. It's just like, I just think, you know. But so yeah, I you know, I've kind of just had this like, you know, sort of realization over the years. Like, you know, I originally was like, well, maybe I'll send over my game someday, and I was like, well, actually, okay, maybe I won't send like Super Nintendo and N64, but like maybe I'll do the GameCube, you know. But then I'm like, but you know, now with like the Switch 2 and stuff like that, and you know, one of the big games I was like, oh well, I'd want to have that again, is like Paper Mario, but like I have it on Switch now. You know, it's like a better version, basically. I don't need to have my GameCube Paper Mario anymore. When something says fragile, say goodbye to your kneecaps, Chucklehead. I don't know what that reference is, but it sounds like a fun one. Zardy, you had to get an adapter to connect your PS1 to your TV, and it's USB powered, and you have that USB plugged into your PS5 mini. You're using your PS5 to play PS1 games. This is what I mean. It's all getting more convoluted and more difficult, you know? You're having to like buy special custom things, and it's It's tough, and again, I just don't have the money for it. I hope I do, but by the time I do get money for things, I'll probably then need that to just survive. You know, I went grocery shopping this morning, and it costs so much money, and I did get a reasonable amount of stuff, but like it costs so much money though, and like these groceries probably aren't really gonna go down. Like we're gonna be paying these groceries for like in the next few years, and then maybe if something happens where like they are cheaper again, they won't lower the price to match that cheapness. It's like, well, we've been charging you these prices for 3 or 4 years, we'll just keep charging it. That's kind of the problem. So, right, well done, everyone. Nice stun fisking. That sounded kind of weird out loud. I'm not saying that again. Right, not stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. You want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them, catch them. I'm going to switch for this, because I am weak to rock moves, which isn't great for Nihilego. Whereas I think the rest of you tank Nihilego a bit better than I do in general. In-game general. Oh, yeah, this is Nihilego. I just said, like, Stack Attacker or something, didn't I? But Nihilego. This is Nihilego. But yeah, Nidoking is good for Nihilego. Celio's a double-edged sword. Golurk is good for it. Whiscash is nice for it. So, yeah. Oh, wait, not the legendary. I know, that's the thing. Every once in a while, I get my catchphrases, like, confused. I'm so used to just kind of, like, kind of saying these out now that sometimes it's a bit like, right, press the Y-com to... No, wait, we're at Nihilego. Okay, here we go. I'd love to be able to collect the pre-awakening FE games if you can find them for decent price. Fire Emblem's a great example. And see, this is the thing. There was a time where, you know, if a game sold like a couple of million, you'd be like, oh, there'd be like a lot of copies out there. But the thing is, we've kind of reached a point in a lot of video games' own personal timelines. We've reached... Take a game like Pokemon Colosseum or XD. There was a time where, you know, say like a decade ago or something, where people may have been like, I don't know, going off to college or living their lives, and then they're like, yeah, I don't need this anymore, and then they'll sell it or whatever. You know, but like, we've now kind of reached a point, like Pokemon Colosseum is like, an XD are like 20 years old. I think XD is like 20 years old this year, or if not this year, next year. We're at a point where, like, with those games, like, there aren't going to be many people like walking into a GameStop being like, hey, I've got this Pokemon game on GameCube. How much can I trade it in for, or whatever, right? Like, there aren't going to be many people looking to kind of give up their copy of Pokemon XD or Colosseum, because what will have kind of happened is the people who want that game will have that game, and oh dear, the terrain. That's interesting. But the people who... Yes, Stunfisk's ground moves do less damage now. But, like, basically... Oh, no, and here's the Wonder Room. More like a Wonder Broom. But, like, but Path of Radiance is also, like, 220 to 250. That's really bad. Hang on, I'm just gonna, like, mute the audio. And I might do my audio for a sec as well, just whilst... Okay, let's see. Oh, hang on, nothing's happening now. There we go. Nope, that's just... Okay, that's actually worse now for the lag. What is going on here? That's... Although, I think it's OBS. I think it's just OBS that gets laggy. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to be done in a minute anyway. So well done, guys, gals, non-binary pals. That was really good. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. And if you haven't already, click like on the video. I am about to shame you all. Let's see what we've got here. We have got... Oh, is it still... Okay, mine just perpetually says 12. I'm sure it should be more than 12. But if you haven't liked, now is a great time to do it. But, like, yeah, so... The reality of, like, building up a collection as well is just kind of not really there. Like, just stuff is expensive. These games are getting harder. And, if you take games like GameCube games... like, there aren't going to be people, like, actively looking to sort of get rid... Like, there aren't going to be that many people actively looking to get rid of them. There aren't going to be many places where they just kind of, like, pop up. And it's one of those things where, like, if you take games like Pokemon Colosseum or XD, it's like, most people who have that game at this point are going to be the people who sort of want it and have it and are going to hold on to it. They're not going to want to get rid of it. And that's kind of the issue, basically. Like, we kind of are at a point with a lot of games where, like, you're not really going to find that many people, like, on eBay or whatever looking to get rid of them, because the people who wanted to get rid of them have already got rid of them years ago. The people who didn't want those games already got rid of them, and then they found someone who is like, I want to have this game. I want to keep this game. So, Kiba, what did you get? Whiskash is a no. Golurk is a no-luck. Stunfisk is not shiny. But Kiba got the shiny Nihilego! Two shiny legendaries, not Ultra Beasts. Two shiny legendaries in a single stream! One for me and one for Kiba. But can we make it three? Can I get my own golden Nihilego? No. Okay. I kind of got my hopes up a little bit there. Kiba, that's excellent. Well done. I am very proud of you all. Right, Whiskash, no. Golurk, no. Stunfisk, no. Nihilego is a Nihilate, no. Let's see, Docile, Hardy. Oh, Docile, Docile. And then, let's not be too naive. And then, and there it is. So Kiba got a shiny, gentle Nihilego. There you go, Kiba. Although, actually, I will say one thing. I have, like, often said how useless it is to, like, boost one defense and lower another one. You know, if you're going to boost your defense, you're going to boost your defense. But I will say, boosting your special defense and lowering your defense on a Nihilego isn't the worst thing in the world. So that's not, like, of the Pokemon to have a gentle nature, Nihilego isn't that terrible. You'd rather lower something else, like the attack stat, you know, like, so, like, careful or whatever it is, or calm or careful. But that isn't bad. That isn't bad. I forgot what my nature on my Bulu was. So there we go. Oh, hang on. So who am I keeping? I'm going to go with the Golurk, because it's docile. Why not? So there we go. There we go. Caught you completely off guard. That makes me very happy. What a lovely surprise. So there we go, chat, team one. So yeah, retro games. I think it's just one of those things where I kind of accepted for a long time that, like, you know, oh, I might, like, not, you know, really, like, say, play Super Nintendo on original hardware or N64 on original hardware or whatever. But now I'm just thinking, no, like, anything that I don't have, like, if I don't have it now, I'm not getting it in the future, kind of thing. Maybe I might get some Wii games for the Wii, maybe, who knows. But yeah. So, but even then, like, a lot of Wii games have been, like, remade and stuff like that. You know, I don't really need them, so. But anyway, Buck. Chat, my lovely chat. Are there any older records you wouldn't mind erasing? Well, that's the thing, I have a Wii, which technically means I have a GameCube. But anyway, Buck. Thunderous, Stack Attacker, Kartana. I'm good if Kieran's good to keep hosting. But there we go. So chat, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for letting me waffle about retro games and how I will never have them. But yeah, it's getting harder. These things are getting older. They're getting harder to find. That, you know, people aren't, again, the people who have wanted to get rid of them got rid of them a long time ago, and they found their way to the people who do want to have them and do want to keep them and won't get rid of them someday. So yeah. You know, eventually you are just going to get all the people who want these are going to be the people who have them, and that's kind of the thing. So, okay, right, chat. We'll look at Tapu Bulu one final time, and then I will save the game one final time. But thank you for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday, the 29th. I am busy in the morning, but luckily I will be okay in the afternoon. Hang on, let's just do that. Do that. And there's the Bulu, shiny Bulu. Yes. And yeah, it's bashful. Oh, yeah, that was it. I remember now. Can you hug the Bulu? Yes, you can. You have full permission to hug the black Bulu. But there we go. Lovely. You love to see it. So chat, my lovely chat. that is it. That is all for me today. We are down to 5 Pokemon now. 2 wild cards. I need to change Nightbot because of this. And this week we're going to be overtaking Pokemon Scarlet, and maybe from next week onwards we might be having a little bit of a change in the schedule. I don't know. It depends on how many shiny legendaries we get this week. I don't know. So thank you all very, very much. Lots of love. Please take care. And I will see you guys, gals, non-binary pals tomorrow. We probably will do a stream on Saturday, though, as well, okay? So we'll do, like, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then probably Saturday and Sunday. We might go for a bit more this week, but we'll see how it goes. Right, anyway, lots of love, everyone. Take care, and like the video if you haven't already. Bye-bye. And like it, because we got a shiny boost.